was young, they told me I should put the pencil away. I gotta color the picture because
You're listening to the Pickleball Lounge podcast, Toledo's home for all things pickleball. News, tips, and local action served weekly. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Pickle Lounge podcast. We've been hearing a lot of great feedback on the podcast, which we're very grateful for. If you ever have any questions you want to hear, topics, or people that you want to have on, just reach out social media wise. But the one feedback that we did get quite a bit was, where are the female guests at? And well, we fixed that problem today, times two, just to fix the problem. Joined by Leslie and Heather here this week.
Hey.
But before we get to them, we have a couple sponsors we have to thank here. Firstly is Bedford Performance Auto Care, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. They're in Temperance, locally owned and operated. 2 decades of experience. They'll do just about anything to your car, detailing wise and on the inside. And it's skilled help that won't break the bank. Our second sponsor this week is Natural Minder. That's on Monroe Road. I got corrected. Did you guys know it's Monroe Road, not Monroe Street?
No, I did not.
Oh, because it's not Toledo, maybe.
Oh, is that why that is?
Toledo is Monroe Street.
Oh, that makes sense. It is. It's
Oh.
Lambertville, Michigan.
Okay. Well, anyway, they're dedicated to your natural well-being, offers high-quality products, including essential oils and so on.
Ooh, that's Heather's alley.
Oh, okay.
She's way into that.
Okay. They're proudly supporting local vendors located in the old Schoolhouse Commons in Lambertville, Michigan. We're also tied to the local pickleball tournament, Glass City. Bill runs that. He was on last week. The first and second place men's team was Jim Bronson and Elliott. Second place for men's was Dominic Osborne and his partner Joyson. On the female side was Jenna and Aaron Junker, and second there was Joanna Stotler and Martha Stange. Which,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I play with them at Wolverine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. They're out of towners?
Yeah,
From
the Ann Arbor
Okay,
area.
that's good to know.
I think Joe's from Brighton,
Okay,
and Martha's near Ann Arbor.
good. So that means this reached out of Toledo, which is cool.
Yeah, awesome.
I tried to spread the word.
Good. Well, I'm gonna count it to the podcast for spreading the
Absolutely.
word, but we'll cut that part
Okay.
out. Anyway, we're aligned with them. They got great feedback. The next tournament for them is June 29th, which I saw you're signed up for that
Yeah,
already.
I should be playing with Aaron pretty much on all the rest.
Yeah.
I was out of town. I was in Aruba with
Yay.
this girl.
There we go. Well, that's a great segue. Great friends. You were kind of telling me the friendship a little bit before, but why don't you tell us how long you've been friends and kind of how it came about?
So Leslie and I think we've been friends for about maybe 4 years. My husband Rob went to play at the Sylvania Courts, and I remember he came home and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! I just met this amazing female pickleball player. Her name's Leslie. You know, I'm really hoping that maybe we can get to be pickleball partners," because he was looking for a female partner. And I don't really remember the first time we hung out, but one of the big events that we all went down to Florida for a tournament, and her husband and obviously myself, and it was just a good
That was
experience.
the Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, Port St. Lucie Riverland tournament. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we've just been, we started just pickleball, and then after playing, we'd like go and have a drink or something, or have dinner, and then eventually her husband Boomer came around a lot more, and him and I kind of just spectate, and we're the
Sure.
Pickleball spouses.
yeah, the
The supporting.
spouses, the supporters,
Yeah.
and
Just as important as the player.
oh, absolutely. So just kind of turned into a good friendship.
Sure.
All the tournaments and going out of town and whatnot. So
It's fun.
yeah, we've had some fun times.
Is it a little bit like, obviously when I go, you guys both know Caleb Ogle, he travels with me to all my,
Yeah.
so he's my pickleball.
Spouse.
Yeah, sure. My
yeah.
wife comes, but
Yeah,
he
you're-
comes to
I like
everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Oh yeah, he's only not been to one,
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
and it was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and it was at.
Kind of funny that you say that.
Yeah.
That's
Well.
a joke. Well, she's originally,
Okay.
not originally from.
Rob
but
and I transferred from Fort Wayne, Indiana,
Okay.
with work in 2016, and we always tell the Gills, we got to take you guys back to Fort
it's
Wayne
so
to
fun.
party.
Like,
we have so
we
much
have to take you to
fun.
this place or that place. And Boomer and I are like, I don't think this
Wayne's-
even exists.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the mythical city
Right.
of Fort
Yeah.
Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah.
So it's just ironic that you said that was the only one he had,
Okay.
and that's why we giggled
Yeah,
because
it didn't seem like it was much of a town.
you have to know, like you
I
have to
didn't
know
know
the
anything.
ins and outs.
I didn't know
you,
any
you
of
wouldn't,
it.
You wouldn't.
It looked like here, but
I've actually been to
more
Fort Wayne.
boring.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of really cool spots.
Okay, well,
If
take
you
her
know,
up on
you
that.
know,
Let us
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, we joke every time. We're like,
Well-
yeah, are we going to go to Fort Wayne?
I don't know. It might happen. I mean, we'll let you know if it happens.
Yeah, yeah. Fort Wayne didn't do it for. Well, we won. Actually, you know what? I actually take that back. He did come with me. This is a funny story. My wife and I were headed there. We were meeting Aaron Yost there, and it was at 6 a.m. The night before, he's like, I can't go. At like 6:05, he calls me, hey, pick me up. Like, he woke up and he's like, I can't sleep. He's like, come pick me up.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
passing his exit, swerved off,
my gosh.
picked him up,
Oh
and we
my
went.
gosh, now that's funny.
Yeah. Actually, now I don't know if there's one that he hasn't been to.
Wow.
I should probably
Well, he's
thank
actually
him.
playing in the
Yeah.
Glass City, the one at Rossford
Yeah.
Courts.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually coming back from vacation, and we're going to Akron, and he's playing men's with Dylan in Akron,
Oh,
and then the
nice.
next day he's playing mixed with Jenna.
Jenna.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I think they'll do well.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, Dylan and Caleb, they've been playing at Rotary for the last year. They don't play at Rotary. That's where they met.
Okay.
For the past year-ish, right, Dylan? Around then, yeah. Enough about me. There's two of you on here, so I'll get it off me. So kind of tell us the supporting role. What's your job as a supporter?
Oh,
What does
boy.
Rob need? Rob needs a lot, but what does he need from you?
He does need a
A
lot.
lot.
You know, it starts at home, obviously, you know, just making sure that he's well fed. You know,
Sure.
I always say he's a growing boy, so,
Yeah.
you know, got to make sure his nutrition's on point. I usually, all the out of town ones, I always am the driver, you know, the bus driver. So oftentimes Leslie's in my back seat if Boomer doesn't go along. So, you know, I just make sure he has everything ready. Obviously, all the normal things you need. And then while he's playing, I'm always forcing cuties or hydration or snacks down his throat.
Sure.
He does not enjoy that, and he doesn't want that. But as you guys know,
He
you know,
needs
these tournaments can be pretty grueling, especially at the higher level you get. The more demanding it is physically on your body. So, you know, you got to make sure that you're hydrating, and when you're in the zone playing, you're not always thinking about my sugar levels or my energy levels. So, you see me on the side always, you know,
Yeah.
offering candies or.
And it's transferred to helping me, too.
Oh yes,
Like,
she's my second child
Yeah.
that
Well,
I take care
Rob
of.
and I both, I think, struggle with blood sugar issues.
Hypoglycemia, yeah, both of their sugars
and
drop.
when you're playing, you're not hungry. You don't realize you haven't had a drink or a snack in a while, and Heather's on it. Like, she's like,
Yeah,
and
so-
she even peels the cuties and has them like on a
Nice.
napkin, and she's like, here you go.
I have my coolers. I'm always
Nice.
running, fill my bottle up, get me this.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then I got the little massage gun if anyone's having ailments, and you know, I got my little first aid bag, and just.
I'm hoping Megan listens to this podcast.
I'll have to
This
start.
is a step
I'll have
above.
to take her under
Yeah.
my wing, you know,
Yeah.
Sets the standards very high.
Absolutely.
because you know you don't want to have to worry about that. So like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I can help him, you know, if I can help him in that way, then he can just, and her as well. They can just
Yeah.
focus on just winning.
Yeah.
Because I'm just there to watch him win.
Sure. Yeah. So more importantly, what's he need emotionally?
You know, honestly, Rob is like, he doesn't really need a lot emotionally.
Sure.
I don't. He's so determined. He's always been so competitive, and he's always loved that adrenaline rush, and he loves any kind of competitive sports. So he doesn't need a lot of
Yeah.
support on that level from me.
Yeah.
But
No
you know,
pep talks.
there are some times when he might get a little mouthy, or you know,
Sure.
he gets in the zone and it gets
Yeah.
a little hot, and after, you know, I'll pull him aside and be like, hey, you got to reel that in. Like, you can't be spouting off like that. But I don't think he really needs a lot emotionally.
Which is good. A lot of players need more emotional than they need the
Yeah.
physical help.
No, he definitely needs the physical.
I'm
now.
more physical. If my wife tries to tell me what I'm doing wrong,
Exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
we're done for.
Yeah.
My team's done. Pack up. We're heading home.
Yeah, I definitely don't give any game advice.
Yeah. Well, the worst part about that is when my wife's right and I'll do it and it works. I was like, oh,
yeah, you
it
gotta
breaks
swallow
my
that pill,
heart.
don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you say the words, okay, you were right?
She knows it.
You don't have to
Hopefully.
say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably should say it.
I don't know. Don't like shock her. You know?
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't want her to no heart attacks or anything. But yeah, Rob's a great player. We played the MLP together.
Yeah, that was fun.
If you haven't played with Rob, it's a shock because he's a natural coach.
Yeah, he
and
is.
He wants to coach you
He
because
does.
he wants you to be better.
Yeah. But some
And-
people don't receive that
Exactly,
well.
but they don't. It like in the game, you're thinking we're just playing a game, but honestly, all it is just practice.
Oh, for sure.
So you have to go into the mentality of he genuinely wants me to be better.
Yes, he
That's-
comes from a good place.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
And that's kind of where I was talking. Sometimes
Yeah.
he oversteps that, and I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
reel that in. They don't want to. They're not in a place. Not
Sure.
everyone's in a place to
Yeah.
hear that while they're playing.
Oh yeah, like this goes for anybody. If someone tries to tell me what to do and I already know what's happening and I cannot figure it out because I'm just having a bad day, that's the last thing I want to hear. But
Exactly.
it's exactly what
No,
I
I
need
get
to
it.
hear. You
I
know what I
get
mean? But as the cameras can see, there's quite a few medals on the table here.
And go ahead and tell me, you made me do
I
this.
did well. And you did say this isn't even all of them.
No. And you're like, bring them all. I'm like, no.
Well,
I'm-
this was the best decoration for our table has had, I will say. And
But you did say you're going to be doing this in the future.
Absolutely. Everyone's going to be
I'm
bringing.
not a bragger.
I don't know if anyone's going to have quite as many as you,
Oh, probably.
but this is a good start. So why don't you tell us what it's like playing as a female in these tournaments?
Well, I've done both the women's doubles and I've done the mixed, and they're totally different games. I have different roles in them. So usually when I play with Erin Junker, girl Erin, because there's boy Erin too, when we do the women's, a lot of times she'll be like, you need to be the man, which is code for I need to be the aggressive one. I need to take, poach or take the middle or whatever. But when I'm playing mixed, it's totally different. I am the setup girl. I slow it down. I dink. I just love setting up my partner. So it's just a different beast. But
Intimidation at all set in? Not in the women's because it's.
no, I mean when I play like with the girls, I like to do it every once in a while. I enjoy mixed. I think overall better, but I do like a break from it sometimes. Where like we used to have every Monday we'd get a bunch of girls together, and it just kind of allowed me to just be super aggressive, feisty, and that's just not normally how I play with mixed. So I do like that every once in a while, but I think I enjoy mixed better.
Just what aspect of mixed do you like? You like the guy that he
I'm
covers
the setup,
and
I'm
you
the setup
just
person. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like growing up basketball, for example, my coach would yell at me, "Take the shot. You're open. Take it.
Yeah.
Look to shoot."
Yeah.
And I would get yelled at for that, and I'm like, no, I'd rather like dish it off,
Fair,
get the
yeah.
assist, and if maybe it's a confidence thing, I don't know. If they missed the shot and I made a good pass, it's okay. They
Yeah.
missed it. It wasn't my fault.
Sure.
And if they
okay,
make
yeah.
the shot, I helped. So I like to create.
Okay, yeah.
Create the
You're
plays.
okay being
I'm okay
number
being-
two.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I shouldn't say number two, but like that's in mix. The guy takes 70% of the court.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was taking 90% when I should have been taking 50% playing with you yesterday. It's hard as a guy playing in mixed because you'll play with Jenna, great player. She wants you to take maybe 60 at most because she's so strong. Like she wants to put it away, where you allow the guy to take 60 to 70, mostly 70.
It depends on if it's a tournament. That they're targeting the girl.
Sure.
And I like the break every once in a while, so I don't mind. Like when I play with Parker, he's 90-10.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
my heart rate doesn't even get up.
Yeah.
So I don't really like that the whole time. But
No.
when I need a break, I'm like, you got to help. I need you to cover more.
Yeah.
I would say the sweet spot is probably 70-30 for me.
Yeah.
60-40 maybe.
60-40. Okay. You can hold 50-50, but in mixed, like it's a different ball game. It's just
Oh, for sure.
they target the woman hardcore.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's actually, at least in the professionals, which shows nothing when we play rec here, but they'll go at both of them anymore. 'Cause if you had a team with Anna Lee and Ben Johns, it's like, who do you really go at?
I know,
Oh, for
they're
sure.
both so good.
Yeah. Like I started recently, I was like, I always try to emulate how Ben Johns plays, but now I've taken stuff from Rachel. I want to learn her backhand, like just being ready with two hands so bad. Because guys don't really, they kind of flick it. But I want to be so ready like those females so badly. They hit way harder than I do. I don't have a problem saying that. But anyway, so no intimidation sets in for you because the guy takes it.
Not really. I think once you've played in so many tournaments, you know that's just the drill.
Yeah.
Like it's expected.
Yeah. Does it ever mess you up? The guy's taking 70%, then all of a sudden he takes 50% out of nowhere, then the ball splits the middle. We kind of did that yesterday, but we don't play that
That often.
often together. Yeah.
I don't know. I would think from a guy's perspective too, like playing mixed. If you're not used to playing mixed,
Oh yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
hard
Oh,
thing
yeah.
because you're like, I'm never getting the ball.
Yeah. Oh
And then
yeah.
when you do get the ball, it's like, "Ugh, I wasn't ready for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think it's just natural now.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's hard to find a bunch of women your level. So it's probably easier to mix in with the men.
Yeah.
I mean, for every 10 guys, there's maybe one girl right now,
Yeah.
at least at the area we're at.
Well, I think in a lot of the bigger tournaments at their level, obviously I'm the spectator, watching them play in the mixed, like when you're talking about intimidation and kind of some frustration that sets in is there are times when men will target, obviously they're targeting just the women,
Oh, yeah.
so, she'll get 10, 12 shots in a row and there's nothing her partner Rob can do. And I do see her frustration set in a little bit, and kind of that does deal or drain on her stamina and everything else
yeah.
too. So
Just probably,
just
you
in
get
the
tired
upper-
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like emotionally, you feel like, especially if you're not
Yes.
hitting your shots. Like if
Yeah.
they're coming at you with good shots and you can't get them back, what can you do except feel
Or it's
bad
just a
about
matter
it?
of who's gonna break first.
Right. Yeah.
They've had rallies with 40, 50 shots, but it's insane how many
Yeah.
times they've hit it back and forth, and it's just you
Yeah.
can't
Now,
control that.
of all these medals, I know you have one that I know
I
of. You may
do.
have more.
No, I only have one.
Have you only played in one tournament?
It was with Boomer.
Yes, I've only played
So
in
you're
one
1 and
tournament.
1.
It's
yes.
it's this one,
It's
this Riverland one.
It's right here. I brought this beautiful bronze.
Tell us about it.
So, as I had mentioned earlier, one of the very first tournaments, actually it's the first tournament I've ever played in. Rob and Leslie were registered for the Riverland. It was in Port St. Lucie. Who was it? Simone
Jardines.
Yeah,
like
she
was
had-
this kind of the host.
I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. So Boomer and I are like, you know what, we may as well just play. We're going to be down there. Let's just play and have fun. So we started out and we got a rain delay. So we all went to have lunch and then it just kept raining and raining and raining. So Boomer and I were having lunch and we were like, well, I may as well have a beer. So then I think one beer turned into a few beers.
Yeah.
So we went back out
Oopsies.
and continued playing, and we didn't really do very well in our bracket, but we were there all night long through the night. It got so cold. It was raining. We didn't have.
It was the weirdest weather.
It was
weekend.
freezing,
Okay,
yes.
so this is Florida. The day before the tournament, we were at the beach and it was hot. Mm-hmm. It was like 89.
Yeah,
It was hot.
It was hot.
I don't know how the temperature dropped so much, but the day that we played, it was 50.
It was
it's
not-
like,
it was not very
40,
nice.
50
Yeah.
degrees.
Which is cold for Florida.
It was really
Yeah.
cold for Florida, but it was like
And then
a
it was
wet,
raining on
cold-
top of
yeah.
it. So we
Right.
didn't have, we
The
weren't
wind was
prepared. We had to
blowing.
stop at like Marshall's or something and buy sweatshirts because it was that cold on the rain delay. So Boomer and I were supporting Rob and Leslie. Their bracket played until like 1 in the morning.
Yeah,
they
they had-
were, and then the lights
Under the
kept shutting
lights.
off. So they went over to the stand for the podium for their medal picture, and
We got the gold, by the way, on that.
yes, they
Okay.
did.
That
So
was that was our first PPA.
It was a big
It was a
deal.
big deal.
Yeah, they were
lots of teams, and we lost. We lost to our friends.
yeah.
And it put us in the losers bracket, and we had to play so many games to we
Come
worked
back
through
all the way.
back draw.
So
Yeah.
they started at like 2 in the afternoon, and it was a long day.
Till
So
1 in the morning is.
So
Yeah.
we went over to do the photos, and the bronze medalists decided that they
They didn't want to wait around. Basically.
they didn't want it. That it was just they didn't want to wait, or they just didn't want their medals. So Boomer and I stood in for the photo, and then we just took it. We took a bronze.
So the thing is,
We took a
they took a
bronze.
bronze in
Yeah.
the
yeah,
tournament.
they literally took a bronze.
Boomer and I got bronze.
We earned the gold.
They
took the
really
bronze.
did earn it, but
Yeah.
we just took it.
Hey, they asked you to take a picture with it.
Yeah.
And it might have been the fireball and the beer, I don't know, but the cold.
You took bronze.
We took bronze.
They took it.
In a PPA
in
event,
a PPA.
right? Wow.
Yeah.
First tournament. I mean,
I've never done that.
you shouldn't play anymore. I mean, you
Yeah.
played
Well, I
your first
can't now.
one, and
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I can't
well,
now. So hey,
yeah, you're probably
my
on the
first
list.
and last. Yeah, they're probably gonna come after this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
they see this podcast. Oh, that's where the medal went.
Yeah. So most of your medals here with Rob, or who? Kind of give us
probably Aaron Younger and I
Rob.
have. It's probably split.
I would say.
Yeah, because I really have done most tournaments with Rob as mixed.
any with Jim.
A couple with Jim, the Senior Olympics when he did.
Oh
with
yeah,
me.
that's right. Yeah.
But either Jim Bronson, Rob, or Aaron were pretty much it.
Yeah.
My partners.
And you had some with Jody.
Oh,
You
I
had a
did.
yeah, Jody. Best.
We had the Beer City.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
Jody.
that's
Which
the
is a
coolest
big one.
medal.
Yeah, that is. I was
It's
showing
actually a
Dylan
bottle,
that.
bottle
Yeah.
opener.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
I'm playing in Beer City again.
Yeah.
Who are you with?
Glenn, he's from Florida.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's it, obviously these are great medals, but what's your most accomplished? Well, obviously this is your PPA
Yeah, so
one.
this was my first, I think it was 4-0, but it was a PPA, big
Yeah.
deal.
Absolutely.
And we had to win so many games to get to that gold medal round.
And that was when you guys had pretty much first started out playing together too. So I mean, you guys were
Yeah.
newer, newer
Yeah.
on the partner.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's
So
tough.
That was an important one to me.
Yeah.
The Michigan Senior Olympics was kind of a milestone because usually women don't want to turn 50, but in pickleball, it's just a totally different bracket.
Oh,
different,
yeah.
different
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I was actually looking forward to playing senior pickleball.
Well, now you stay in that division,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
I've tried to talk you out of that
I know.
before.
And Eli's like, let's do a tournament. I'm like, Eli, I'm 50. I don't want to play the young
But
people
she's
anymore.
so good. You
I
know what I mean?
know.
I mean, you do it here.
But it is so Rob just did that at the Toledo Pickle. He went down to play with Aaron because
Yeah.
Aaron Yost, and he did say, it is harder.
It is.
It's harder on your body once
Yeah.
once you reach that 50. It's kind of like
Rob does it though.
it's
Rob
kind of
keeps
like
up.
you earn
Yeah.
that.
We
so.
play with you guys just socially,
yeah.
all
Right,
the time.
yeah.
I mean, that's our group.
Right. Probably makes you better though. So when you go
Oh,
play the
absolutely.
Yeah.
older
Oh,
Well, I
division,
keep thinking when we play these 50 plus tournaments, we should do pretty well. We're used to playing
you would
the
think so.
Yeah.
20, 30-year-olds.
You would think so.
I would say that one's important. The Senior Olympics because of turning 50 is a milestone, and then this Heartbreak Open one. This was just this year,
It was.
February,
February, yeah.
14th. It was around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So it's not gold, but and Rob felt the same way. We have never felt so proud
Accomplished, yeah.
and accomplished to get a bronze before.
It was tough competition, but you guys did drop down.
We did. No one signed up for 50
oh yeah,
plus.
they had to play in an
Okay.
So
open.
we had to play in the
So
open.
they did.
Oh.
They played 18 and up.
Right.
So
In an open?
yeah.
Oh, well, that's
And it
really
was
great.
tough competition. We played so well. We got the bronze out of it. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I can't believe we earned a bronze. I was so happy.
That
Oh.
was kind of how I was talking earlier with the mix. Like that was one of the tournaments that I feel that was kind of hard on both of you, but I feel like you really got targeted in a lot of the games. you
I'm
know.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying at a certain point,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's
Oh, yeah.
annoying to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your
Yeah.
friends getting basically picked on
tough,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
for
I would say out of all of my mixed partners, though, Rob probably plays closest to 50-50 on the court.
Yeah, he does let you hold
Yeah.
your own.
Yeah.
He does. He's like, I trust you.
Yeah.
And sometimes when he steps over, he's like, I shouldn't have taken that. I need to trust you.
Yeah.
That's yours. I won't do that. So he
Rob's frustratingly has some of the fastest hands. Like if you mess up a ball and I go to put it away, and then I look and the ball's behind me hitting the court.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was just like, why do I even play anymore, honestly? And then that got us talking. I'm like, Rob, why don't you play senior pro?
Yeah.
And he says, I don't know if it's the conversation you guys have, but he wants to at least give it a shot.
Oh yeah, he should.
Good. I want him to. I think he
you'll
can.
have to have him on and talk to him about all that. 'Cause,
That's the plan.
you know,
That's the plan.
He has a great opportunity coming up, so he needs to,
Yeah. I mean, he just turned 51, or what did he?
He'll be 51 on Friday.
Okay. Oh, so that's soon. Yeah. He said, which I think the cutoff is 50, right?
Yeah. He just has to have the time.
Yes, that's
so,
what he's
you
saying.
know, he's wrapping up his work, so
Yeah.
he should have the time soon if he chooses to pursue that.
It'd be pretty awesome.
It would be.
He can do it. He's got, I mean, again, he plays with all us young people. I'm 27, I feel old. But he is better than all of us. So I'm like, age does nothing on Rob.
He has his background, though, too, so you have to,
Yeah. Oh,
but,
yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been playing 6 years, maybe, or less.
Probably long.
Oh, longer?
Well, he started playing in Fort Wayne.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
about 2016, 2015.
Okay.
I've been playing for 8 years, and I remember meeting him at Sylvania.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to imagine pickleball has been around that long. Because
Right.
I just knew about it since COVID, which was 21 or 22 or 20.
2020, 21. Yeah.
So for me, that's when pickleball was invented. So when someone
my gosh.
has it before that, I'm like, how? Well, I didn't even know it was a
oh
thing.
my goodness, that's funny.
Yeah,
We
like
used to play it at the
thing.
YMCA.
that's where I
We
played.
played it in Fort Wayne. That's the first time we came across
That's the
it.
first place I played. Actually, I think everyone on this podcast that I've talked to said they've at least started at the YMCA.
I think a lot of people have.
Yeah, which is neat. You're playing a bunch of 70-year-olds that kick your butt for the first 6 mons.
You cannot judge a person.
Oh gosh, no,
Oh,
not in this sport.
Not at all.
Like if it's a basketball court, they're going home in a stretcher. But in pickleball, the old fella's burning me down the line 5 or 6 times.
Those awesome hands. I'm like,
Yeah.
where did they get
I
that?
know.
Yeah.
There was this guy, I think he still plays. His name was Mike Doyle. He played at the YMCA. He would come in, he'd have his little engineer hat, at least that's what it looked like. And you thought this guy was in there to do like some calisthenics. That guy would just absolutely burn me in pickleball. Like to the point where I'm like, this sport's not even for me.
Oh my goodness.
Like that's how good, well, that honestly, I will say that's how good they are.
Oh,
like
yeah?
I think it's been around since the 60s, right?
I
think
do
so.
not know.
Someone told me this sport was named
Probably
after
right.
a dog.
I have heard that story a few
Okay,
times.
at least
yes.
that's right.
I've
I don't know if
I've
that
not
might be a
taken the
myth.
time to actually
That's-
look it up, but I've heard that story from several different people. And
The
places.
owner of, well, the creator of pickleball, their dog was named Pickles.
Yeah.
That's what I've
That's
heard.
what I've heard too.
I've heard it, but I've heard that it's not true either. I
Oh,
don't know.
no.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
we'll edit it out if it's fake. Or we'll just say Leslie said it. So you both, I mean, obviously both your spouses play. Boomer doesn't play as much as Rob, obviously.
Right. He does play, and he's
Yeah,
good.
Boomer is good.
If he would play consistently,
Sure.
he'd be able to hang with.
I know, but how would that work? Like, you can't have both of, like,
I
I
know.
mean, you can, but you would have your home life would be
Yeah.
a hot mess.
I know.
Oh, yeah. If Megan started to play
that's what I'm
right
saying,
now,
there's laundry and cooking and food
Our
and
2
cleaning
kids.
and your kids
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pets.
Yeah.
and,
He lets me play
Yeah.
pretty much when I want. and-
yeah.
but what would it be like if you played with your spouse competitively as partners, not against each other? Because everyone can
Yeah.
play
We've
against
done
their
that
spouse.
actually recently in Vegas. I was supposed to play with Jeff Weiss, and then he couldn't play in the tournament. So Boomer's like, "I'll play with you." We've tried it. We've done 2 tournaments actually before. Not good.
Arguing, blaming one another.
You hold your spouse to like a different
Oh,
level.
you
I
really
think.
Well,
do.
you can't hold things like if Rob makes a mistake or if I make a mistake, like we can't like roll our eyes at each other like you would a spouse. It
Right.
just is different.
Yeah.
We went to we were in Costa Rica on vacation, and we had taken we'd taken our paddles, and we were just out having fun playing around, and the wind, mind you, is like 60 miles an hour there, and we were just having fun, and he's like, hit the ball. What are you doing? Hit the ball. I'm like, dude, I'm hitting it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hitting into 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about that. Like, if we can't even just have fun playing around, we wouldn't make it.
Yeah, I think that goes across the board for most
I
people.
think so too.
We've never done a tournament, but we played together, and it is like you said, or one of you said, you hold them to a different standard than I when Megan plays, I hold her to the standard of Annalie Waters. Like, why aren't you protecting my middle? I know, but it's like when your spouse is out there, you think that like you guys should win 11-0. It's not that the case. I play awful because I try to take 100 to a 0.
Yeah.
And
99-1.
Yes, yeah. And,
you can have this little part of the court right there.
and Megan's so athletic, she gets so mad at me. Rightfully so. But she hasn't played in 2 years. We've had the kids back to back, so she's ready to get back out there.
So maybe in like a year we'll be hearing a podcast on how it's working with you guys being partners.
Well, we're
the first successful partnership partners.
Well,
I don't think there's many out there that can actually play together.
I can't name any.
And not get mad at each other.
Well, this is just boyfriend and girlfriend, but in the PPA, Paris Todd and Hunter Johnson play, but they don't play very often together.
And Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Do they play together?
Mm-hmm.
Do they play well? I respectfully, I cannot stand to watch Matt play.
Why?
He is the mouthiest guy. And bless his soul, I don't know how old he is. He could whoop me a million times old, but he's saying half of that stuff to like 16-year-olds, like Hayden Patrick and so on. I'm like, what are you doing? You look kind of weird.
Yeah.
And they end up
Big H
beating you
probably
anyway.
brings it on himself a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know he does, but the things that he says to Annalie Waters, at least. I don't know if you followed that at all.
I do remember seeing her like kind of coming up at him like,
yeah.
What'd you say?
Reportedly, he's called her that twice now, back-to-back events, which is...
I won't say it since your grandma watches.
Yeah. Love you, Momo. But yeah, the chemistry at home I have with a spouse doesn't translate well on the court. But getting into that, what's the, like, obviously you and Robert, great friends, so does that chemistry translate to the court for you guys?
Yeah, we have
Does
fun
that
out
help?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
But I think he knows, it's just different when it's not your spouse. It's different. He will maybe think something and not say it.
Yeah.
And same thing for me. There was one time I did cry, talking about emotional. It was actually the Port St. Lucie tournament. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah.
I do.
It was when we lost. It was when we lost to our friends, and I hate playing in a tournament against my friends.
I do remember.
Yeah.
The comment.
And there was some either eye roll or I just told you not to do that or some kind of comment.
You hit a ball like right to the power.
Either that or I didn't return it deep or something. He's like, I kind of told you to not do that. Or
Yeah.
And oh my God, I walked off the court and that was the only time I cried.
Yeah.
And Heather's, I think you were like listening to me and basically he came over and apologized later and it was.
And he always does, like if he says something in the heat of the moment, you know, he always. I don't even have to tell him often, but sometimes I do have to say, hey, you got to go say something. But for the most part, he recognizes.
You're his manager.
Yeah, exactly. The PR.
Fair.
You know, we can't have any bad PR here. Like you gotta make that public apology. Here.
As soon as chemistry's off with your partner, especially in a tournament.
It's bad.
Oh yeah, it's really bad. I don't think I've ever had it in a tournament.
And it's not worth playing in a tournament if you're not having fun.
Oh yeah.
So you have to find a partner that you have fun with.
A good tournament partner goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Yost, so far we're 16-0 as a team.
Whoa.
Dang.
He is a really good partner.
He is so, like, if I hit 7 in the net, which God forbid I ever do that, but I've hit 2 in the net before, and I'm down on myself already. He's like, I'm not even worried about it, type of thing.
He is so positive.
Oh yeah.
I really do like playing with him.
He's got my back no matter what, and that makes me feel good, so that way when he does the same thing, I can say the same thing. I'm sure it hurts on the inside watching, I know. I know it hurts on the inside watching your partner miss 2 in a row that are easy.
Oh, it's hard
So
even from a spectator sport. 'cause
Exactly.
You don't have to say anything because I know that you guys
Yeah.
are beating yourselves up.
Oh,
in
I
your
feel
head.
it my
Oh
soul.
yeah, it's not like you're trying to make
Oh,
those
gotcha.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so a good partner is like, they'll win a tournament, even if you're not playing as good as the other team.
Absolutely.
Because as soon as the other team starts bickering back and forth, you know, like I'm sure you've seen, you'll take a team's soul mid game. Like especially if you win 3 or 4 points off the beginning and they just give up. That's again, a good partner like Aaron will never let me get to that point. He picks me up. But I've switched tournament partners a zillion times. Like I'm doing this tournament with Matt, and honestly, I'm at a point where I'm just having fun in tournaments. I don't
that's
really
good.
care. But Aaron and I are going to do that tournament. I think it's called the state championship. That gets you to Texas, gives you the free
Oh, neat,
registration,
yeah.
and we'll try it. But I'm pretty sure if you don't win Ohio, you can go try to win Michigan or Pennsylvania or something like that. We're just doing it for honestly the experience.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah,
Me and Caleb
Aaron's a good
Ogle are
dude.
going to do one together. Maybe we'll see. That's to be. I'm not stealing Dylan's partner or anything. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I met Aaron. Speaking of Aaron, I met Aaron at Holland. Like I think it was last summer, and I was having
yeah.
tennis elbow issues. So you're supposed to rest it. Yeah, I couldn't not play, so I started playing left-handed. And so I met Aaron, and I'm like, hey, you want to play? Like, you got to cover me because I'm playing left-handed, and I'm not that great. And that's how I met him. And
Aaron has come along
fun.
so
Oh my
much.
God,
In a
his
year is
yeah,
crazy.
skyrocketed.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
just since the MLP, like
Right,
watching
yeah.
him,
Yeah, well, having Jim Bronson as a coach.
Oh, for sure.
It was, which I'm pretty sure, did they win the whole? Oh, yeah, they
They
beat
did.
Rob
Yeah.
and I's team.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jim's very smart.
oh yeah.
Like, he can pick
Yes.
out strengths and weaknesses of those teams.
It's annoying.
Yes.
Except me and Rob, we lined up against Jim both games and we
Yes,
won.
you did.
Whatever. But we lost in the Dream Breaker. I suck at singles. Awful. That's why we lost.
That was a hard loss for your
Yeah.
team. I mean, you guys.
I don't think we were supposed to win second at the beginning of the season, but we practiced as a team a lot.
Yes, you guys
and then
came. That's
came
what
a
I'm saying. You
long way,
guys
yeah.
really put in some time, and you guys
That's cool.
came
Yeah,
back.
we did. I don't remember how you guys did. I think you're middle of the pack type of thing.
We were at the bottom for a while, and then we went on this run. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe we're towards the middle.
Yeah.
But we never practiced.
Yeah, it's hard lining up for people that you never really play with. 'Cause I never played with Rob much before the MOP, nor Bill, I played with Sean a lot. I actually met Sean at the YMCA. I got Sean
nice.
into all these places
did
at the
you?
beginning. Yeah, we played at the Y, got his number. If you know Sean, he talks a ton. He loves to talk.
Yes.
So we talked a ton. We started playing at White Park against. What's funny is we started playing at the White Park when the YMCA got too hot. We'd go outside with the
Oh,
old timers and
nice.
play outside. And then we started playing Holland. It's kind of weird how you can go from White Park then to Holland. It's like a step up, and
Yeah.
you start finding these little groups. It's like a little niche type of thing.
That's how pickleball is. Like
Oh, yeah.
when I first started at Sylvania, it was right after they had built the courts, and kind of my start to pickleball, the whole thing. There were courts at Centennial Quarry. I don't know if you guys would know where that is, but it's
I do.
Close to the
I can-
baseball fields.
no, it's really close to my house. I can walk there in like 4 minutes.
Okay.
So it was just the quarries where teenagers swim.
Okay.
And they had these courts. I think there are 3 courts, and we would walk there with our family, and we didn't know the rules really. We just kind of played it like tennis, like most people probably do when they
Yeah.
try it out. And then they built these beautiful courts at Vets Memorial in Sylvania, and they closed, and I was mad.
Oh, I
they
bet.
closed the ones at the quarry. I'm like, why are you closing these? This is great for kids and families.
Yeah.
It ended up being a good thing for me because it forced me to go to Sylvania, the new
Oh.
courts at Vets, and that's where I would meet kind of these groups.
Right.
And my first coach was I don't know if you know Moira. She plays
Oh, yeah.
at Toledo Pickle now. She was probably the first one. I'm like, Moira, can I play with you? Just like I wanted to get better and learn the game. And Paul Ruiz was one of my first mentors,
know Paul.
and Lou Villafort. And so I would just meet these people, and And then other people would like invite me to play, and then I'd play with those people, and you just find people that get just better and better and better.
And usually the people that taught you are still playing. That's how addicting pickleball is.
Oh yeah, I still see all of them play.
Oh yeah. My father-in-law taught me how to play in his driveway. He built a court and everything. And I played ever since. I think at the beginning he played a ton, and then I played a ton, and then I really showed him what playing a ton looked like, playing 40 hours a week, plus working.
Job.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a point. For you, with Rob playing, does it pickleball ever become too much? Does it come annoying to you?
You know, the nice thing with Rob and I is, as Leslie knows, we talk about everything, no matter what, like comfortable or uncomfortable, we talk about things. And so the nice thing is, if I start to feel like he's spending too many hours, you know, I'll just have a conversation with him, and you know, he'll dial it back. But for the most part, I don't feel like I'm too harsh on him, or you know. But there are times when I'm like, dude, I haven't seen you for like 3 or 4 days. Like, you know.
I hear that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Boomer doesn't ever say like you can't play or you play too much. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I would never
play too
ask
much,
him that. But then, like with taking on the coaching role on top of it, you know, and then wanting to work a lot of hours, I just kind of told him like, you gotta pick and choose, and if you know, if you're choosing that, that's fine. Just let me know so I know what to expect for my home life. But I'm just happy. You know, I know it's great for him. During the summer, I like to get out, and I'll go down to the courts and, you know, just socialize and hang out, or I'll go to the pickle and hang out with you guys. But it doesn't bother me.
That's good.
And if it does, I'll let him know.
You keep him in check.
And then he'll be like, yeah, I have spent a few too many hours this week there or whatnot. So
that's a healthy place to be.
It is. It has. You have to be.
It can definitely be a strain.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Because I see how addicting it is. I get that.
Yeah.
You know, but and I don't want to become this like nagging person. Oh, you're never home with me or whatever. But I feel like he's found a pretty good balance that works for our family. So
you said you've heard that before. I think we've all heard that before.
Yeah, I actually heard it. Was it last night or this morning?
Because
now you picked up a job at
so I'm like, this is a 12-hour day for me. I opened up Toledo Pickle. I was there before 7:30, and then I teach a class from 7 to 8 tonight, and I worked there at the front desk. The only break
now you're talking about pickleball.
Yeah, the only break I had was this podcast right here.
Eat, sleep.
So he kind of made a comment like, I'm not going to see you tomorrow, am I? I'm like, because he goes to bed at like, you know, 8:30ish, you know, puts the dog to bed, and then I get home after 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's definitely, it can be a strain. You just have to be able to, like we go on vacation Friday, so me playing after this podcast was definitely like, what the heck are you doing? But it's I'm coming back one day before our tournament with Matt, so I was like, I should probably play.
And I get it, and I think Megan's gonna.
Oh
she's understanding enough. But I mean, as long as you're talking about it and having communications, I think that.
Yeah.
You know, if couples or partners or whatever start breaking down and just don't communicate and just hold in all this aggression or.
When we didn't have the kids, it was bad. She would wake up and be like, "Where are you?" I'm like 3 hours deep into pickleball right now. See you in an hour.
Oh my goodness.
She visits Toledo Pickle quite often.
Oh yeah,
because at least like you spend time together.
Exactly.
I've nagged my husband like literally, come play. I'm going to Savannah. Come play, and I just stopped.
Yeah.
He goes sometimes.
He does sometimes.
Well, now Toledo Pickle, not that I'm trying to break them up a zillion times, but they have the food and the drinks now, so it's like.
Well, it's a social thing too.
Yeah,
so
she can come, and it's hard with 2 little ones, but we'll get the Stetson watch, and she can just come and eat. And now coaches, I don't know if Rob knows this, coaches get 50% off food.
Yeah, he did tell me.
I did that today.
There you go.
So Friday night used to be like we did that for a while, like 3 weeks in a row. We would have like Friday night date night, and that was fun.
I don't know why we stopped.
I don't know why either.
I think it was one time we couldn't do it, so it blew the lid off everything.
Bring that back again.
Yeah, I would do it. Well, it's summertime now.
And now the patio, so
patios,
bring it back.
Yeah, I'm not trying to plug Toledo Pickle until they sponsor us. Yeah. Whatever. Well, yeah, pickleball obviously can become a strain, and honestly, it can become a strain on me as a player. I felt it like, playing way too much.
Yeah, your body hurts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did take a break there for a minute.
I did,
like,
yeah.
Because when
That was
we
more
were,
of
we
a
were
mental
texting
break.
you from Aruba, and I'm like, I haven't played with
Yeah.
Eli in forever.
Honestly, I almost take more breaks for mentally than
That's
I do
good. You need
physically.
to.
Yeah. Like I'll care about it too much.
Oh, I get that.
You know, and then I'll start getting like, I'll think about it too much. Like, I'll go home and start watching pickleball. The word that my son can say the best right now is pickleball.
Oh,
And I was
gosh.
like, which I absolutely love it because it's cute, but I'm like, God, it's probably
It's probably
way
on TV a little too much.
Like, he'll see me come in with my bag and he'll ask for the paddle out of my bag, and I was like, no, you know what? We're gonna go outside or touch grass or something.
Yeah, do something.
Yeah. But as far as you watch all these, do you ever want to dive in and play? You were telling me you kind of foot injury kind of stops you playing more.
I did start out playing. It's been probably about 5 years now. I've had so many surgeries on my foot to the point where it's not ever gonna be play worthy. So I mean, I can do drills and just hit around, but as far as how you guys play, that's never going to happen.
Sure.
I just can't. I'll never get that movement back. So
do you ever get the itch to want to do that, or have you kind of just
sure.
settled in?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would love to be able to play, but I would love to be able to just go take a walk, but that's not even realistic.
Oh,
so
really?
yeah,
That's how bad it is?
It's been pretty life changing. So
no walks on the beach in Aruba, or did you muscle through?
I did. You gotta just take that pain and just deal with it.
Fair.
But I did more snorkeling, so the water doesn't bother it. So
Goodness.
I like to be in the water anyway. So,
Yeah, fair.
But no, I wish I could. Not even just the game, but just the people.
Yeah.
Just being. So that's why I just hang out and.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
pickleball covers so many personal things that people need. One, it's a good community.
Oh, for
Especially
sure.
if you find your
Yes,
people.
Your people, absolutely.
It's exercise and it's getting you out of the house. It really checks off all the
It
boxes
does.
besides spending time with your spouse, which is a big one. But now with Toledo Pickle,
Yeah, that kind of helps.
mention them again, whatever.
Yeah.
We can all hang
It is a
out
fun
there.
social place.
Oh, it's great. Honestly, it's my favorite place in Toledo. Don't clip that. We were talking the other day, me, Dylan, and I think Caleb Ogle. We're like, of all of Toledo, where else would you rather hang out? For us, like, obviously,
No,
if
I
someone
get
who
it.
doesn't play pickleball, they wouldn't pick this place. But for us, it really is like, has everything we need. We could literally survive there. It has food, drinks, and
Pickleball.
I literally don't need anything else.
Well, if you go to the other courts outdoors, just hang out with me. I have food, drink, and everything.
That's
else, too,
true. You
'cause
are like the soccer
literally-
mom
yeah,
for
I do.
us.
I have
Yeah,
anything you could possibly need in my.
She was our vending machine for the MOP. We'd be shivering and she'd have an extra jacket.
Oh, yeah. She has it all.
Oh yeah, it was great.
My soccer van is full of whatever you might need.
Sean would come in ill prepared like
Oh, I
Sean
know.
does. He'd be like, "Do you have water, shoes, and a paddle?" And Heather's like, "Got it." Shoes is an exaggeration. I love Sean. I really do.
Oh, I do too.
But yeah, so when it comes to the female realm of pickleball, I don't feel like obviously I talked about men outgrow the women by a zillion. So what's it going to take to grow the female player? I'm sure there's plenty of females that watch because
Yeah, I think there's since Toledo Pickles opened up, I've met Jenna and Abigail, and there's like a group of younger girls coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why there's so many more guys than girls.
I don't really know, because it's such an even playing field. Obviously, guys are going to be stronger.
Yeah, but guys
obviously.
and girls can play together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have something to put on here about that. When we first moved to the area, we went down to the Holland courts, and Rob, he was already a higher skill level than I was, and so I remember starting out, and there were some ladies on the court, and I went up and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys mind if I play with you?" And they're like, "Well, what level are you?" And I'm like, "Beginner. I'm a beginner, So they were not very welcoming, and I started playing, and they pretty much stopped the game, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to play with you." And so maybe that has something to do. I don't know. I'm not saying that this group of women is how, I know it's
Right.
definitely not how, as you say, our people. I know like all of the women that are, that we associate with are very welcoming and understanding. But
Right.
I get it if you're there to play or you're there to like drill for a game. But if somebody comes up and says, hey, I want to pick up a game, and if you're going to be acting like that, it's not very welcoming. So maybe, and I think
Could be
women
that,
are a little bit more
absolutely.
like that than men. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like that, but I know
Yeah.
a lot of women that are like that.
Well, no one will get better if
And that's my point.
higher levels won't let
And
them
even
play.
if you're a better player than somebody, you're going to get better by helping someone else work on their game as well.
Absolutely.
Because you can slow down your shots and really
Work on certain things.
yes,
yeah.
focus on
Oh,
your
yeah.
game while you're playing a slower game with a newer or lower level person.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
so maybe that could be why there's not as many women.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
I'm sure, as a female looking into watching 4 guys play, we're hitting hard.
A little intimidating.
You know,
too,
yeah, I could see it intimidating, and it could make them. If you don't find your group, I feel like that this game will kind of fizzle out for you.
Oh,
so
for
if you
sure.
don't get in, you're not going to get any better.
Right.
Very
You have
well
to
could
find
be
your
that
people
way.
for sure.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone about like she wanted to get better. I'm like, the best way is find a person that will be willing to drill with you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
That's
hard to find people, I think.
Absolutely.
I love to drill. Like I know it's going to make my game better.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, nope, just want to play. Just give me the game.
Yeah, that's me most of the time. And even like
Eli.
Aaron, Yost, and Caleb and Dylan know this. If I'm there and we're about to play games, like you know how we'll just warm up right at the beginning, just
Yeah.
get I'll do it 30 seconds. I'm
I'm
like,
like,
good.
okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
like, wait a minute. I want to do drops.
I feel like
I want to do
and I
crosswords.
know Caleb Ogle is gonna watch this, and I have a feeling he warms up extra because he knows I hate it. he'll be doing everything extra. I'm like, we don't even do that in the game.
Did you think our warm up last night was too long?
Was it more than 2 minutes?
Yes.
Oh well, I was doing it with you. That was fine, because I know, like, if I know someone likes to warm up, no problem.
I definitely like to warm up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I actually play a lot better when I warm up, but I'm like, if we're just playing, let's
Absolutely.
just get into this. I'll figure it out on the way there. But if it's a tournament, like, this is how hypocritical I am. If when I play a tournament and I'll get there 2 hours early, and I'll get bored, and I'm like, why did I get here this
Yeah, 2
early?
hours is a.
And I'll tell Megan, I'm getting here 4 minutes before next time. And then next tournament rolls around, I'm there 2 hours early. So I'm the biggest
We're
hypocrite.
an hour
Yeah.
before.
They like to be
I
there
just,
about an hour.
I'm time anxious. So I get there so fast, or super early.
I get that.
So maybe more welcoming. Guys need to be more welcoming. It sounds like some
Not even guys,
females.
just females,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Find the group of girls. Because you have your group of girls that you play with. Well, you
we
did
on
anyway.
Monday, yeah. I think it's also a comfort of, like, for me, I enjoyed playing with the guys more than the girls because I grew up that way. Like, I played soccer with the guys,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was just a comfort thing for me. And I know that they're good, and that's playing better people.
It's
They
gonna
hit
make
faster,
you-
they hit
yeah.
stronger, is going to make me better. So for me, it was, like, not a problem. But I can see it being kind of intimidating
Sure.
for a lot of girls, maybe.
Yeah.
To, like, well, I'm not going to go play with those guys.
Yeah.
Right.
But all in all, the sport's obviously getting bigger.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
Like there was a women's league I think played last night while we were playing, or it might have been a men's
Oh
league.
yeah,
But
that's like an intermediate.
yeah, I mean, it's all these classes are full, so
Oh,
it seems
courts
like
of
everything's
girls, yeah.
Wow,
it's,
that's
it's-
awesome.
You're definitely growing.
That's wonderful.
But it's been close to an hour. We fixed the problem of having our no female guests, so we did it ×2 today. I really appreciate you guys' insights on spectator versus player. Although you didn't medal in your very first
hey,
and
took the
only
bronze.
tournament, you took the bronze.
Hey.
Thank you both for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.